Hello and welcome to Riff Views. Now, my furnace is going again, of course, right when I start recording. Um, Let this be a lesson. This is why you don't use black sheets. Don't get black sheets. Because every bit of fuzz just shows up, especially when you have cats that have as much white fur. I swear I end up just, taking a lint brush to everything and there's still stuff blowing around in here. I'm gonna have to put up some type of filters in here or something. So anyway, um, yeah, today's new comic book day. It's been a crazy day for me. I had to run back to work, and but you don't care about that because it's a late night for me. So just a reminder, I am giving away the second thing figure this Saturday. The first one, Jason, I already sent his out. Which Jason, I need to send you your tracking number. Just occurred to me, I never sent that to you, but you should have that by tomorrow if you don't have it already. But yeah, today was New Comic Day. Picked up a bunch of stuff, and first one I picked up was Spider-Gwen, or as she's now called, Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider. Really need to enunciate that T. Ghost Spider. Doesn't really roll off the tongue very well. It's not a good name. Spider Ghost sounds a lot better. Plus, you can put the comics next to the other Spider-Man comics when you finally drop off the Spider-Gwen. Um, I'll be honest, I don't care. I don't like this character very much. I like the design. Not a big fan of the hoodie thing, though. It just seems like that would get in the way too much. Even back in the day, Ben Riley tore the hood off his Scarlet Spider costume. Um, but yeah, I don't really care for this character. You know, Gwen Stacy's one of those characters. She's been dead probably longer than I've been alive. Oh, not quite. I think they killed her in '74. God, I am old. Why am I doing this? Anyway, and I don't understand why there's always a big push to bring Gwen Stacy back in some way, shape, or form. And here she is, alternate universe Spider Woman. So I can't really get into this character, and I have tried. Because, like I said, I do think her costume is a little. I do like the design of it, to be honest. But anyway, here is her new number one. She's now Ghost Spider, and it starts off in the middle of the whole Spider-Geddon crossover, which is like the worst time to do this. Maybe afterwards, spin out of it. Um, Really not a good time. Um, but yeah, at the end of her last series, she ended up going to prison. Her identity's publicly known, and as you know, her father's still alive. But this issue, this comic, the problem I find with Marvel Comics these days, Jim Shooter, the old editor in chief at Marvel, had a really good rule: treat every issue as if it's a reader's first, especially if it's a first issue. And yeah, you do get a little bit of the whole opening, um, but it's really, working more organically into the story. You know, uh, and she's even served time behind bars. Um, I think that would be a little bit relevant, and that's a problem with this book is it's assuming that you have read the previous series. There's really not enough of an intro to the character, I feel. And like I said, I know a little bit about her. I read a little bit of, I think, the previous series, the one that just ended. Um, but I didn't really follow it too much because, again, I just don't like Gwen Stacy that much. So she's out of prison now, and she talks about how amazing spiders are, and how what's to say? Anywhere on Earth you go, there's a spider, probably including your shower. They get a bad rap, but seriously, they're fast, they're adaptable, and they survive. So yeah, you get the whole survival thing. She still survives. She's had a lot of crap thrown at her, and that's good. The problem is, if you go back and you read the old Spider-Man run, the Lee Ditko, Gwen was actually she was kind of a bitch, and she wasn't really quippy. But apparently, once you get spider powers, you develop a sense of humor, and I would much rather see a more subdued, not trying to be funny, cutesy, because after a while, these characters, especially the female characters in Marvel, all become interchangeable. They're kind of, jokey, wacky, making jokes as they're doing things. Her and Squirrel Girl, their personalities in costume are pretty much the same. And, one thing that, and this is probably just me, but I've never really noticed this about her costume before. The white that comes down, I always just kind of saw it as, white, for lack of a better word, icicles. Kind of think about like the Sinestro Corps costume, how it's like yellow points that come down. But I didn't realize they actually came up and made like a like not corset, but a thing covering up her boobs, basically. Um, yeah, what do you call it? I can't think of what you call that right now, but I never really made that connection before. It wasn't until I read this issue that I was looking at the art thinking, oh, huh, that's neither here nor there. It was just something I noticed. So she comes down, she's swinging, basically a slight reintroduction to her. And the one thing is, the art is kind of janky in this issue. You get these weird things like this where it just doesn't really look right. And again, I don't how the hood is even staying on her head while she's swinging through the city. You ever try and wear a hoodie on a windy day? It's not the easiest thing when you're going right into it. But anyway, she stops a mugging, and then she starts being kind of funny. This is why we have a bad reputation as a tourist destination. And of course, woman says, Spider-Gwen. Yeah, I've got to get a new code name. So she tries talking them down, you're supposed to be in prison. Served my sentence, did my time, choose your platitude. How about we put down the guns and walk away? And she starts getting kind of funny. That's cool. I mean, I was going to get a burger, but you do you. This could have been so easy. And now it's going to be sticky and weird, and it'll probably annoy my dad. That, kind of sounds like my first girlfriend, actually, now that the time. No, anyway, she captures the two guys, and the other one runs away. That's cool. Enjoy getting arrested for waving your gun around. Amateurs. And again, the art on this looks like something from a Richie Rich comic. And the woman, recognizes her. It's you. It's really you. And then hugs her, and you know, you're not upset? What? No, you saved me. You're our hometown people. A hometown hero. People haven't forgotten what you did for us by clearing out the hand. And of course, they make a reference to, the previous thing, but, can you call the cops to pick up these jerks? I really want that burger. Consider it done. Cool. I really want that burger. Cool. There's something wrong with me. Maybe prison broke my witty banter. And again, Gwen, 616 Gwen wasn't really that witty, and maybe it's something with being a spider totem, you become witty, but I don't know. I just kind of preferred if she was kind of a little bit closer to the way she was in the Ditko Lee run. The personality then. But anyway, she starts talking about how she's broke, and she can go raid her dad's fridge, but he's eating quinoa, but then she just happens to swing by and see Harry Potter. Harry Potter. What is wrong with me tonight? God, Harry Osborn. Excuse me. It's been a long night. I'm really tired, and so she changes out of her costume into her clothes, where she pulled her outfit from suddenly. And they hug, and she basically convinces him to buy her dinner because she's broke, and so they're catching up and talking about prison. And this is the thing: first issue, new series, bring the reader up to speed. Yeah, I know she went to prison, but why did she go to prison? If someone had never read an issue of Spider-Gwen and just saw Ghost Spider, or maybe they were picking up the Spider-Gwen because the Spider-Man game is really popular right now, and and there's a whole synergy of that, and oh well, this looks kind of cool, and they pick this up, and oh wait, she's been to prison. Why? What did she do? Come on, guys, you have to tell people. This is the perfect time you bring this up in conversation. And so she looks out the window and she sees Spider-Ham across the street, just kind of standing there, almost Danny DeVito style there. And she says she has to go, but she doesn't want to leave that burger, so she webs it up. And Gwen Stacey, you are a total nerd. She's still eating the burger with her webs on it. Anyway, Spider-Ham's there to basically bring her into the Spider-Gwen storyline. So they go to that, and then she comes out of it. She gets kicked out. You have to go and read Spider-Gwen 1 and 2, and things are going really badly. Excuse me. And so she loses her father's watch. Or her father's watch, her watch, and says her dad will be upset. Again, need to bring up why this is so important. Maybe someone hasn't read the Spider-Gwen series. Why is this so important to her? But anyway, she gets dumped off on another Earth, and as she's falling, take a look at her outfit. She's not wearing a backpack, and there goes my cat making noise. It's a hell of a night here tonight. She's got to slow my descent. Can't do this all at once. That's a bad idea, even if your name isn't Gwen Stacey. So yeah, we got a little bit of the callback to how the 616 Gwen died. And yeah, here's what I meant about the whole stripe thing coming up. I guess I never realized that about her outfit, that if all the white was flesh colored, it would be kind of a black queen, white queen-esque outfit, but in black. I never noticed that before. I don't know why I never saw I was focusing too much on the negative space there. But anyway, she forgets how to Spider-Gwen and hits the wall a few times and bam, on the ground. So now she's stuck on an Earth she doesn't know. She recognizes it because they don't have Dr. Pepper. They have, what they say is, find out whether the vending machines sell Dr. Pepper or Professor Pop. And she says, Professor Pow? So is that like a third option? Or is that the letterer or writer screwed up here? But anyway, she says, brand recognition is, when you go to an alternate Earth, see if you recognize the brands. Now, she is on an alternate Earth. She's wearing a skin-tight costume. Where does she get her outfit from? Remember how Spider-Man would have a web backpack he'd carry his clothes in? You notice in the previous page, she did not have that when she was falling, so she just pulled that, maybe quite literally, out of her ass. So she's trying to figure out how she can get back home. She doesn't have her watch to get by, so she doesn't know if there's a Reed Richards, a Tony Stark, but there is an Oscorp. So she takes the train to get to Oscorp and finds that it is abandoned. And she's like, no, someone has to be there. They have to be. So she swings into the abandoned building, only to get attacked by a woman, like a dollar store hobgoblin on a goblin glider. And so I'm just going to go over to the fuzz here. Look at this cat hair. This is why you don't use black sheets. But anyway, she makes a really bad joke. The villain makes a really bad joke to Spider-Gwen and starts throwing her pumpkin bombs at her. And Gwen is still trying to reason with her. You need a better catchphrase. Who are you? And, she shoots her. Oh, good. You can be reasonable. Now, here's the thing. Why is she not setting off Gwen's spider sense? We saw it earlier in the book with the fight. Oh, God. I don't even know if it's important. You do see the whole, right there, the whole little spiky things they do for the spider sense. Why is she not setting hers off? Is this a plot point that should be, or is this a plot hole? So, anyway, Gwen's trying to talk her down. Look, I'm sure you're very evil. Can we just not, please? I need to get out of here. And, yeah. You're not a villain. You're a bully. I hate bullies. Swear to God, I read that same thing in a Squirrel Girl comic. So, Spider-Gwen's trying to tell her, I didn't do anything to you. I just want to go home. And then, this whole part right here is weird. So, this villain, this cat goblin girl thing, she hits a button somewhere on her glider, maybe on its head. And then, I have no idea what is going on here. It looks like the page before, you can see that she has her feet, attached. They're like in little holders. You can see it on these other pages. She has little brackets holding her feet in. And then she hits like some button to make some boot jets. So, okay, maybe she's floating. The whole art on here is it's really dumb. But now it just looks like Gwen is floating underneath her, upside down, underneath the swirl here. And Gwen says, spinning the glider to knock me off because I just won't stick to it? Rookie move. Definitely a world without a spider, I guess. So, apparently she's hovering above the glider while the glider spins, but underneath her, okay, maybe there's a slight line here that's showing that, Gwen is spinning, but she should be more of a blur. If the glider is a blur, she should be... That's stupid. It took me a minute here trying to figure this out, to figure out what exactly is going on. Like I said, the art gets kind of bad here at times. So yeah, she climbs up and says, did you study biology at all? Honestly, that was almost embarrassing. And then someone yells, wait, and once again, her spider sense fails to go off. She gets kicked and then leaves, flies out the window. And she says, I should go after her. And but she recognizes the voice. She recognizes it's Peter Parker of this world. And she says, where there's a Peter, there's almost always a Gwen, and she's almost always long dead. And Peter asks how she knows his name. Peter, it's me. I'm Gwen Stacey, and I need your help. And then Peter starts crying, and to be continued. So, yeah, there's a lot of stupid things in this issue. The art goes kind of weird at times. Like, this is kind of a good panel. Has emotion. And we could get some emotions here, but then, like I said, just a couple pages before, no background, just a swirl, and she leaping. Her knees are on her shoulder. This is, again, if you're going to have a first issue, you need to give it some build. You need to give it some continuation, I guess. Why was she in prison? Okay, I understand it's a Spider-Geddon tie-in, so, just she goes to it and then comes back and she's out in a different world. It's like some of these Marvel relaunches. It's just, this isn't selling that well, so we're just gonna put a new number 1 on it and just give it to you all over again. Who wrote this? I don't even know who wrote it. McGuire? Who is that? Cena McGuire? I don't really know their work, so... This book wasn't very good. Like I said, I like the design of the character, and Ghost Spider is not actually not even that bad of a name. I prefer Spider Ghost myself, but this book's dumb. It's a first issue Marvel book, which means it'll be canceled in another 6 issues, only to be relaunched as Spider Ghost. But anyway, again, I am giving this guy away on Saturday. And all I ask is, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And leave in the comments what villain you'd like to see a figure, a Walgreens exclusive figure. I'm leaning toward Diamondback. I wouldn't even mind a repaint. They could even repaint the recent Psylocke figure from the Apocalypse wave and make her a Diamondback figure. But anyway, as you can tell, it's been a very long day here, and I'm a little tired. So Alright, and I will see you probably not tomorrow. I have to work a double tomorrow, so probably have one more video up on Friday, and then Saturday I'll announce the winner. So go ahead and make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment. And once again, thanks for watching.